Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Blog Podcast. Today is Friday, March 30th, 2018. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's opening day action and look ahead to today's MLB slate. Recap last night's NBA action, look ahead to tonight's NBA action, and make picks for the ESPN doubleheader. Recap last night's NHL action, look ahead to tonight's NHL action. Look at the NIT final and recap that. An MLB free agent move at the last minute that can help a contender, and the 2016 NFL ReDraft. To the baseball results we go. The Cubs defeated the Marlins 8-4 in the first game of the season. The Cubs are 1-0, the Marlins are 0-1. Ian Happ homered on the first pitch of the game. Steve Cishek got the win. Jose Urena got the loss. And then Hayward walked in with the bases loaded to make it 2-0 Cubs in the first inning. Javier Baez hit by a pitch, 3-0 Cubs in the first inning. Miami on the board in the bottom of the first inning. Brian Anderson singled to right. Castro scored. Top of the second inning, Anthony Rizzo hit a home run, an emotional home run for him because he went to that high school that was involved in the shooting about a month ago. 4-2 Miami as Justin Bour grounded out the third, and Derek Dietrich scored on the ground out, and that was in the bottom of the third. Also in the bottom third, Brian Anderson, RBI single shallow to left center field on the error by Kyle Schwarber. Garrett Cooper ties the game with the single to center. Brian Anderson scores. That's 4-4 in the bottom of the third. The Cubs regained the lead in the top of the fourth. Willie Contreras doubled to left. Chris Bryant scored in the run. Top of the seventh, Kyle Schwarber homered to right. Also in the top of the seventh, Tommy La Stella with the 2-run double, and that was your scoring. John Lester started for the Cubs. He had a disappointing outing. 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Leaves the game with its 8.10 ERA. And meanwhile, in Miami, I said Urena got the loss. 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts in 4 innings. He leaves with an ERA of 11.25. The Mets defeated the Cardinals 9-4. The Mets are 1-0. The Cardinals are 0-1. Noah Syndergaard with the win. Carlos Martinez with the loss. The scoring went like this. The Mets opened up the scoring as Durbil Cabrera grounded into the fielder's choice. Brandon Nimmo, their leadoff hitter, scored on the throwing error by Jose Martinez. Top of the second inning, 2-run homer by Yadier Molina. Bottom of the second, 2-run single by Yoenis Cespedes. Top of the fourth inning, Jose Martinez single that ties the game. Bottom of the fifth, a ton of scoring for the Mets. Adrian Gonzalez double, 4-3. 2-run single for Ahmed Rosario. RBI single for Yoenis Cespedes. RBI single for Jay Bruce. Top of the sixth, Jose Martinez, homer to left. Bottom of the eighth, to cap it off for the Mets, RBI single for Kevin Plawecki. Disappointing game for Carlos Martinez. 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. He leaves the game with a 8.31 ERA. Decent game for Noah Syndergaard. 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 10 strikeouts. He leaves the game with a 6 ERA. He gave up 2 homers in the game. The Orioles defeated the Twins 3-2 in the 11 innings on a walk-off home run by Adam Jones. The Orioles are 1-0. Minnesota's 0-1. Richard Blyer with the win for the Orioles. Fernando Roddy with the loss. It was scoreless until the bottom of the 7th, where Caleb Joseph hit the go-ahead triple. 2 runs batted in. Top of the 9th, Robbie Grossman, 2-run single. And then your Jones walk-off homer in the bottom of the 11th. The reigning World Series champion Astros defeated the Rangers 4-1 as they start the season 1-0. Texas is 0-1. Justin Verlander with the win, Cole Hamels with the loss. On the third pitch of the game, George Springer with the leadoff home run, the right. 1-0 Astros in the top of the first. Top of the third, Jose Altuve sacrifice fly. Top of the fourth, Jake Marisnick home run. Top of the eighth, Carlos Correa double, RBI double. And in the bottom of the ninth, where the Rangers got their lone run, Elvis Andrus scored on a Ken Giles wild pitch. Justin Verlander outstanding. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 0 ERA. Cole Hamels, mediocre. 5 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 4.76 ERA. Disappointing loss for Alex Cora in his Red Sox managerial debut. The Rays defeat the Red Sox 6-4. They're 1-0. Boston's 0-1. The win goes to Austin Purritt. The loss, Carson Smith, Alex Colon with the save. Boston started the scoring in the top of the second. Rafael Devers with the RBI ground out. Also in the top of the second, Eduardo Nunez with the 2-run inside the park home run. Top of the seventh, RBI double for Rafael Devers. And then here come the Rays in the bottom of the eighth. RBI double for Matt Duffy. Bases loaded walk for Brad Miller. And the biggest hit of the game, Denard Span, who they got in the Evan Longoria trade. 3 RBI triple. And then to cap it off, Adeiny Hechavarria reaching on an infield single, and that's your ball game as the Rays defeat the Red Sox. In an emotional game at the Rogers Center in Toronto, after the Blue Jays honored the late Roy Halladay, the Yankees defeat the Blue Jays 6-1. Yankees 1-0, Toronto 0-1. Giancarlo Stanton, amazing. 2 home runs in the game. Luis Severino with the win. J.A. Happ with the loss. To start the scoring, Stan hit his first home run in the top of the first. Top of the fifth, RBI double for Stanton. Also in the top of the fifth, RBI double for Sanchez. Top of the seventh, Brett Gardner home run. Bottom of the eighth is the Blue Jays' lone run. Kevin Pillar homer to center off of Dellin Betances. And then the top of the ninth was Stanton's second home run. Luis Severino was just magnificent last night. 1 hit, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings. Leaves the game with a 0 ERA. Meanwhile, J.A. Happ, 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He had to leave the game solely because of pitch count, 3.86 ERA. I thought he was a little bit lucky because his infield defense was pretty good. Justin Smoke made some plays to rob Brett Gardner, robbed him twice. Josh Donaldson was good with the glove at third base, but not the throwing arm. I'm interested to see if the Yankees test Donaldson's arm tonight by laying bunts on him. I'll get to tonight's games later on in the podcast. Epic game in Oakland as the Athletics defeated the Angels 6-5 in 11 innings. Athletics 1-0, Angels 0-1. The win for Oakland, Chris Hatcher. The loss for the Angels was Noe Ramirez. The scoring went like this. The Angels struck first with Andrelton Simmons RBI single. Also on the top of the second, Martin Maldonado ground rule double. Top of the fourth, Cole Calhoun homer. Top of the fifth, Zach Cozart homer. Here comes Oakland. Chris Davis homer in the bottom of the fifth. 3-run homer by Chris Davis. Matt Olson ties it up in the bottom of the fifth with the home run. Top of the sixth, Albert Pujols home run. Bottom of the seventh, Oakland ties it again. RBI single by Chris Davis. And then your game-winning hit in the bottom of the 11th inning, Marcus Semien. That was a fun game in Oakland. Atlanta defeated Philadelphia 8-5. Atlanta's 1-0, Phillies 0-1. The winner for the Braves, closer, Arodys Viciano. The loss was the closer of the Phillies, Hector Neris. Philadelphia got off to the lead, though. Top of the first inning, Rhys Hoskins with the RBI double. No more scoring until the top of the sixth inning. Cesar Hernandez homer to the right, 2-0. Maikel Franco walked with the bases loaded, 3-0. Andrew Knapp singled to right. It's drove in 2, 5-0 Phils. In the top of the sixth, in the bottom of the sixth is where the Braves got it started. Freddie Freeman homer, 2-run shot. Bottom of the eighth to make it 5-3. Ozzie Albies. And then a wild sequence in the bottom of the eighth. Freddie Freeman scored from second base on a wild pitch, a passed ball by Andrew Knapp to make it 5-4. And then in the bottom of the eighth, Preston Tucker singles in the tying run. In the bottom of the ninth, walk-off home run by Nick Markakis. Aaron Nola started for Philadelphia, 5 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 1.69 ERA. Atlanta starter Julio Teheran, no good, 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 6.35 ERA. The Brewers defeated the Padres 2-1 in 12 innings. This was an entertaining game. Milwaukee's 1-0, San Diego's 0-1. Jared Jeffries with the win. The pitcher take the feat for San Diego was Adam Simber. And the save for Milwaukee, Jacob Barnes. The scoring, Christian Yelich, RBI single, top of the third. Bottom of the ninth, Freddie Galvis with the game-tying single. And in the top of the 12th, Orlando Arcia with the RBI single that put Milwaukee up for good. Chase Anderson pitched well for Milwaukee. 1 hit, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 0 ERA. San Diego, Clayton Richards, 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 1.29 ERA. The White Sox defeated the Royals 14-7. This was an impressive win for the White Sox, who were 1-0. Kansas City obviously 0-1. James Shields with the win. Danny Duffy with the loss. The Royals were up 4-0 before the first out. Mike Moustakas with the RBI single, 1-0 Royals. Lucas Duda, good first impression with the Royals. 3-run homer, put them up 4-0. Here come the White Sox in the top of the fourth. Jose Abreu home run, 2-run shot, 2-4. Matt Davidson homer, 3-4. Tim Anderson game-tying home run, 4-4. Also in the top of the fourth, Yoan Moncada go-ahead double. 1 run scores, it's 5-4 White Sox. Matt Davidson again in the top of the fifth inning, 6-4. Again in the top of the fifth inning, Tim Anderson, 8-4 White Sox. That was a 2-run shot. Top of the seventh, 11-4 White Sox. With the 3-run single by Sanchez. And then 3-run home run by Matt Davidson in the top of the 8th inning. Make it 14-4. Couple garbage runs for the Royals. Bottom of the 8th inning. Cheslor Cuthbert hit a single, scoring Moustakas. And then Alcides Escobar on the wild pitch in the bottom of the 9th. Made it 14-6. And then RBI ground out by Clint Merrifield. And that was the scoring in this wild affair. Impressive win for the San Francisco Giants. 1-0 over the Dodgers and Clayton Kershaw. San Fran's 1-0. Dodgers 0-1. Ty Block with the win. Clayton Kershaw with the loss. Hunter Strickland with the save. The scoring came from Joe Panik on a home run off of Clayton Kershaw in the top of the 5th inning. Ty Block, 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 0 ERA. Clayton Kershaw, on the other hand, 6 innings, 8 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, leads the game with a 1.5 ERA. Seattle defeated Cleveland 2-1. Seattle 1-0, Cleveland 0-1. Felix Hernandez with the win, Corey Kluber with the loss, Edwin Diaz with the save. Bottom of the first, 2-run homer for Nelson Cruz off of Corey Kluber. And then in the top of the seventh inning, Jan Gomes with the RBI single, 2-1. Corey Kluber went 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, 2.25 ERA he leaves the game with. Felix Hernandez, 5 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 0 ERA. Nice first impression for Felix Hernandez. The Diamondbacks defeated the Rockies 8-2. Diamondbacks 1-0, Rockies 0-1. Patrick Corbin with the win, John Gray with the loss. DJ LeMahieu kicked off the scoring with a homer to center to make it 1-0. A 2-run RBI double for Jake Lamb to make it 2-1 Diamondbacks. The beat goes on, 3-1 Diamondbacks with the RBI ground out by Alex Avila. Top of the sixth, the scoring resumes. Nolan Arenado homer to make it a 1-run game. And Diamondbacks answer immediately. RBI infield single by David Peralta. A 2-run single for Jake Lamb to make it 6-2. Gerard Dyson with an RBI triple 7-2 in the bottom of the seventh. Also in the bottom of the seventh, Devin Moreo single to left. RBI single, make it 8-2, and now is your scoring. Disappointing outing for John Gray. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 6.75 ERA. For the Diamondbacks, Patrick Corbin, solid. 5.2 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, 3.18 ERA. Today's slate, you have a couple good ones. Some teams have off. You have the opening day for Pittsburgh and Detroit from Detroit. You also have the opening day from Cincinnati with the Reds hosting the Nationals. Also, you have Yankees, Blue Jays, Cubs, Marlins, Red Sox, Rays, Phillies, Braves, Astros, Rangers, Rockies, Diamondbacks, Angels, Athletics, Giants, Dodgers, and Brewers, Padres on the slate for tonight. NBA real quick. There's 5 games last night. The Pistons defeated the Wizards 103-92. Detroit improves to 35-40. Washington drops to 41-34. Disappointing loss for the Wizards. The Heat defeated the Bulls 103-92. Big win for the Heat as they improve to 41-35. Chicago drops to 24-51. The Spurs defeated the Thunder 103-99. I had the Spurs on the podcast on 90's picks. They improved to 44-32. Oklahoma City drops to 44-32 as the Spurs leapfrog Oklahoma City for the 4th seed in the Western Conference. The Pacers defeated the Kings 106-103. Big win for the Pacers as they improved to 45-31. Sacramento drops to 24-52. Most impressive win of yesterday, the Milwaukee Bucks going into Oracle Arena 116-107 winners over the Warriors. They improved to 40-35. Golden State drops to 54-21. Kevin Durant was ejected in this game. Draymond Green came back for the Warriors as well in this game. Tonight's slate, you have the Bulls at the Magic, the 76ers at the Hawks, ESPN Pelicans at the Cavaliers. Tyronn Lue is returning to the game. He will observe the game, but not coach the game. I think the Cavaliers win this game as LeBron James continues to make a run at James Harden for the league MVP. Suns, Rockets, Nuggets, Thunder, Timberwolves, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Jazz, Bucks, Lakers. And to have on your nightcap of ESPN, Clippers, Trailblazers, 2 teams. Clippers still trying to get that last playoff spot in the West. Trailblazers trying to hold on to that 3 seed. I think they're destined for the 3 seed. I think they bounce back here from that bad loss to Memphis. Damian Lillard will be the best guy on the court in this game, so give me the Blazers. NHL real quick. Notable results from last night. In the Atlantic Division battle, the Bruins defeated the Lightning 4-2. Big win for the Bruins. as they improved to 48-17-11. The Lightning are now 51-22-4. Tim Schaller opened up the scoring in the very beginning of the game. I'm sorry, it was later in the first period. 1-0 Bruins. That was his 12th of the year. David Pastrnak on the power play seconds later. 32nd of the year. 2-0 Bruins. JT Miller puts the Lightning on the board in the power play in the second period, in the beginning of the second period. His 21st of the year, 2-1. Boston answers in the middle of the third period. Patrice Bergeron, 3-1 Bruins. Victor Hedman gets the Lightning within a goal, his 15th of the year. And the dagger for Boston, Brad Marchand's 34th of the year to make Boston 4-2 winners. The Red Wings feed the Sabres 6-3. Detroit 29-38-11. Sabres 24-41-12. Jack Eichel got the scoring going first, 25 of the year for him. 2-0 Buffalo on the Ryan O'Reilly power play goal. Dylan Larkin gets the Red Wings within one with his 13th of the year. Darren Helm shorthanded 2-2, his 11th of the year. Anthony Mantha, 24th of the year, 3-2 Red Wings. 4-2 Red Wings on the early third period goal by Andres Athanasiou, his 15th of the year. 4-3 Buffalo gets them within. Evan Rodriguez, 7th of the year. Detroit answers Danny DeKeyser, 6th of the year. And in the dagger for Detroit, Evgeny Sevnikov, his 2nd of the year, to make Detroit a 6-3 winner. Big win for the Pittsburgh Penguins, 4-3 in overtime over the New Jersey Devils. They improved to 44-28-6. The Devils dropped to 48-28-9. Kyle Palmieri kicked off the scoring for New Jersey for his 24th of the year. Connor Sheary, 1-1, his 16th of the year. Crystal Tang puts Pittsburgh up 2-1 with his 8th of the year. Taylor Hall ties it up with his 34th of the year on the power play, 2-2. New Jersey goes up 3-2 in the third period on a goal by Blake Coleman. Pittsburgh ties it up on a goal by Patrick Hornquist to make it 3-3. And Sidney Crosby scores your overtime winner to make Pittsburgh 4-3 winners on his 28th of the season. The Senators defeat the Panthers 3-2 in overtime. Bad loss for the Panthers as they continue to fade out of the playoff race. Senators improved to 27-39-11. Panthers dropped to 39-29-8. Scoreless in the first period, scoring in the second period, early in the second period. Jean-Gabriel Pageau with his 13th of the year, 1-0 Ottawa. Aaron Ekblad on the power play, 16th on the year, 1-1. Panthers go up 2-1. Evgeny Dadonov is 26th of the year. Ottawa ties it early in the third period on a goal by Mangus Pajavari, 2-2. Jean-Gabriel Pageau in overtime, his 14th of the year, gives the Senators the win. Good win for the Nashville Predators, 5-3 over the San Jose Sharks. They improved to 50-16-11. San Jose drops to 44-24-10. Kyle Turris started the scoring for Nashville, his 15th of the year, 1-0 Preds. San Jose ties it on the goal by Logan Couture. Victor Evridson, his 29th of the year, 2-1 Nashville. Brendan Dillon ties it up later in the first period, his 5th of the year, that's 2-2. Second period, Nashville goes up 3-2 on a goal by Craig Smith, his 22nd of the year. San Jose ties it on a goal by Mikhail Boddicker, his 15th of the year, 3-3 early in the third period. And then Ryan Ellis puts Nashville up 4-3 in his 9th of the year. And Nashville wins it for good on a goal by Nick Bonino, his 11th of the year. That makes them a 5-3 winner. The Wild defeated the Stars 5-2. I had the Wild on the podcast. That was the game on NBCSN. The Wild improved to 43-24-10. Dallas drops to 39-31-8. But Jamie Benn kicks the scoring off with his 29th of the year, making 1-0 Dallas earlier in the game. Shorthanded goal by McCann Gronlund later on in this first period to make it 1-1. Second period, Matt Dumba on the power play, his 12th of the year. Zach Parise, his 11th of the year, make it 3-1. Dallas gets in within a goal on the goal by Devin Shore. Late in the second period, Jason Zucker on the power play, 2-4 at his 31st of the year. And late in the third period, Zach Parise, his 12th of the year, 5-2 winners are the Wild. The Blackhawks defeated the Jets 6-2. Incredible story. The emergency goalie got the win for the Blackhawks. Scott Foster. 7 saves, He was the number one star of the game as well. Patrick Kane started the scoring 1-0 Hawks on his 27th of the year. Brandon Saad's 18th of the year, 2-0 Blackhawks. Thomas Jurko with 2 goals. His 5th of the year to make it 3-0. His 6th of the year to make it 4-0. Winnipeg gets on the board late in the second period on the goal by Brian Lillo to make it 4-1. Eric Gustafsson makes it 5-1 Hawks with his 4th of the year. Mark Sheffley, his 23rd of the year, makes it 2-5. And the last goal of the game was scored by Alex DeBranicat, his 27th of the year, to make it 6-2. DeBranicat's going to be a nice piece for Chicago going forward as they improve to 32-36-10. Winnipeg drops to 47-20-10. The Blue Jackets defeated the Flames 5-1. Columbus improves to 44-29-5. The Flames dropped to 35-33-10. This was all Columbus. Marcus Hannikin, his 3rd of the year, 1-0 earlier in the first period. Or later on in the second period, Pierre-Luc Dubois, his 16th of the year, 2-0. Second period early, Luc Dubois again in his 17th of the year, 3-0. Third period, Marcus Nuivitera, his 7th of the year, 4-0 Columbus. Luc Dubois on the power play, his 18th of the year for the hat trick, 5-0. So that's 2 hat tricks in a row for Columbus. And then the garbage goal by Chris Stewart later in the third period, his 10th of the year, make it 5-1 final. 2 more in hockey. The Canucks defeated the Oilers 2-1. They improved to 29-40-9. Edmonton drops to 34-38-6. Connor McDavid started the scoring his 41st of the year, 1-0 Edmonton. Second period, Sam Gagner 1-1, his 10th of the year for Vancouver. The game winner, Derek Pouliot, his 3rd of the year. 2-1 winners are Vancouver. Last but not least, the Kings defeated the Coyotes 4-2. They improved to 43-28-7. Coyotes dropped to 27-40-11. Kevin Connaughton, his 10th of the year, 1-0 early for the the Coyotes. Later in the first period, Jeff Carter, his 11th of the year, 1-1. Second period, Max Domi puts up the Coyotes 2-1 on his 9th of the year. Jeff Carter on the power play, his 12th of the year, 2-2. Jeff Carter again, his 13th of the year, 3-2 Kings. And Anze Kopitar with the dagger, empty net goal, his 35th of the year to make it 4-2 final for Los Angeles. Tonight's slate, you have Lightning at the Rangers, so it's the return of Ryan McDonough and JT Miller for the Rangers. That's going to be an emotional game at the Garden. Maple Leafs Islanders, Hurricanes Capitals, Blackhawks Avalanche, Kings Ducks, and Blues Golden Knights. That's your slate for tonight. NIT final, Penn State blew out Utah 82-66 to win the NIT. Lamar Stevens put up 28 in the win, and Cedric Bearfield put up 22 in defeat. As Penn State, Pat Chambers probably saved his job with this NIT run. You can make a case they belonged in the round of, or in at least the bubble. They probably didn't belong in the field because they didn't have the out-of-conference wins. But they'll probably be in the conversation next year. One key free agent signing yesterday for baseball. Greg Holland signed a 1-year, $14 million deal with the St. Louis Cardinals. I think that's going to prove to be a good signing for them as they get bullpen help. Last but not least, I'm going to do the 2016 NFL redraft. I'm just going to go with it. Rams, Jared Goff. No do-over for the Rams as they take their franchise quarterback in Goff, who had a breakout season for the Rams this past season. Goff will lead the Rams for years to come as they are now a Super Bowl contender. The actual pick, Goff. Philadelphia Eagles, Carson Wentz. No do-over for the Eagles either as they take their franchise quarterback in Wentz, who tore his ACL in December and missed their Super Bowl run. I believe Wentz comes back and is their leader of this Eagles team for years to come. The actual pick, Wentz. Chargers, Joey Bosa. No do-over here for the Bolts as they take their star pass rusher in Bosa, who's been outstanding in his first 2 seasons in the league. Bosa will be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate for the foreseeable future. The actual pick, Bosa. Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott. Another same pick as the Cowboys don't do a do-over with Elliott, who is a horse in their backfield. The Cowboys missed Elliott badly when he was suspended last season, as he'll continue to be a horse for Dallas. Jaguars, Jalen Ramsey. The Jags don't do a do-over here with Ramsey either, who's versatile and was one of the best defensive backs in the league already. Ramsey is the leader of that Jags great defense and will be for a very long time. The actual pick, Ramsey. Ravens, Jack Conklin. The first do-over in this redraft here is the Ravens take Conklin to improve their offensive line. Conklin was an All-Pro as a rookie in 2016 and was solid last season before tearing his ACL in the playoffs. The actual pick was Ronnie Stanley. 7. The Niners take Deion Jones. The Falcons got a steal with Jones at where they selected him in the second round, as the Niners do a do-over here and take the linebacker. Jones made the Pro Bowl last season and will be a fixture in the Falcons defense for years to come. The actual pick was DeForest Buckner. 8, the Titans, Laramie Tunsil, offensive tackle, Ole Miss. With Conklin off the board, the Titans take Tunsil, who would have picked higher, in this draft, if not been for the smoke video that came out on draft night. Tunsil started every game that he's played thus far and made the All-Rookie team in 2016. The actual pick was Jake Conklin. Chicago Bears 9, Leonard Floyd. The Bears trade up for Floyd, and it's paid off thus far, sans injuries from last season. Floyd was weird as a rookie in 2016 and made the All-Rookie team. The injuries piled up last season, though, but the Bears don't do a do-over. The actual pick, Floyd. 10, New York Giants, Taylor Decker. Decker was solid as a rookie in 2016, but missed the first few weeks of the 2017 season due to shoulder surgery. Decker would have protected Eli Manning pretty well these last 2 seasons. The actual pick was Eli Apple. 11, Tampa Bay, Keanu Neal, safety. Neal has been tremendous for the Falcons in their secondary the last 2 years as the Bucs do a redo here. Neal made the All-Rookie team in 2016 and was a Pro Bowler last season. The actual pick was... The Saints take DeForest Buckner, the defensive end. The Saints make a tough decision and take Buckner, as they take Buckner over Sheldon Rankins to pair with Cameron Jordan. They take Buckner here in the redraft. He missed a couple games the last 2 seasons, but made the All-Rookie team in 2016. Miami Dolphins take Rankins in the redraft. With Tunsil off the board, the Dolphins shift their focus to the defensive line and take Rankins to go with Cameron Wake. Rankins would have eventually placed Ndamukong Suh. Raiders take Hargraves. The secondary isn't as great as they take Hargraves over Carl Joseph to get more cornerback depth. Hargraves was injured last season but was solid as a rookie. The actual pick, Carl Joseph. The Browns take Dak Prescott as they take their franchise quarterback. He made the Pro Bowl as a rookie but wasn't good last year. I expect him to be better this year. The actual pick was Corey Coleman. Detroit takes Derrick Henry as they improve their running game. The actual pick, Taylor Decker. Atlanta Falcons take Kevin Byard, who, with Keanu Neal off the board, they take the guy who broke out last year and made the Pro Bowl and the All-Pro. The Titans took a steal at Byard with the second round. The actual pick, Keanu Neal. The Colts take Cody Whitehair, who was an All-Rookie 2 years ago and has a chance to become one of the better starting centers in the league. The actual pick was Ryan Kelly. 9, Buffalo Bills. Yannick Ngakoue was a steal at where the Jags took him. Made the All-Rookie team 2 years ago in the Pro Bowl last season. The actual pick was Shaq Lawson. The Jets take Joe Schobert, who is proven to be the steal, where the Browns took him in the 4th round. And he was a Pro Bowler last season. The actual pick was Darren Lee. Houston Texans take Will Fuller. No do-over here as they pair Fuller with DeAndre Hopkins. As I mentioned, the actual pick, Fuller. The Redskins take Michael Thomas as they improve their receiving core. Where the Saints got him was a steal. The actual pick, Josh Doxson. Minnesota Vikings take Sterling Shepard. The actual pick, Laquan Treadwell. Cincinnati Bengals take Tyreek Hill. The actual pick, William Jackson. Pittsburgh Steelers, no do-over as they take Artie Burns. Denver Broncos, Joe Thuney in the redraft as their actual pick was Paxton Lynch. Green Bay Packers take Jordan Howard. Imagine him running behind Aaron Rodgers. The actual pick, Kenny Clark. San Francisco 49ers take Sua Cravens, who was recently traded, as the actual pick there was Joshua Garnett. Arizona Cardinals Hunter Henry, who has been solid for the Chargers these last 2 seasons, and he would have been a nice weapon for the Cardinals. The actual pick, Robert Nkemdiche, who hasn't really panned out. Carolina Panthers 30, Farrell Cooper, who had a breakout year last year and was a Pro Bowler and an All-Pro last year. The actual pick, Vernon Butler, defensive tackle. Seattle Seahawks, Chris Jones. That was the in the redraft. The actual pick was Jermaine Afidi, the tackle from Texas A&M. Sorry I had to rush the redraft there. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything and we'll probably do the 2016 NBA redraft. I hope you guys have a nice day, everybody.